Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Gaurav Gupta, your tutor for the Codeforces questions. So today we are doing a question which is called as regular bracket sequence. It is comes in ICPCS set University Training Juniors Phase 1 sheets. So it is the problem A of this contest. So the name of the question is regular bracket sequence. So what it states. So first of all, we will read the statement and then we will just make the intuitions. So the first it will saying that a bracket sequence is called regular if it possible to obtain correct arithmetic expression by inserting characters plus and 1 into this sequence. For example, sequence like this. So suppose they are saying that sequence like this and sequence like this, these are all the regular bracket sequence. And if we encounter this type of sequence, this type of sequence and this type of sequence, these are not the regular sequence, so these are the irregular sequence. So what they're saying, one day Johnny got bracket sequence and he decided to remove some of the brackets from it in order to obtain the regular bracket sequence. So they are asking what is the maximum length of regular bracket sequence which can be obtained. So they are asking that if you are having a bracket sequence, so what are the brackets you have to remove so that you can make this whole sequence a regular bracket sequence. So you have to just find out the maximum length of that regular bracket sequence. Now we come to the examples. So in this, the input is will be the bracket sequences of string, and then we have to just out the maximum possible length of the regular bracket sequence. So now what we will do, we will just go to the examples. So the first example is like this. So the first example is this, and then this and this. So in this, you can see that this is the only length which is making the regular bracket sequence. So this is the length of 4. We have to remove this and this bracket so that we can make this sequence a regular bracket sequence. So the maximum length of the regular brackets is 4. Now we will just take this example. So the first example is this. So in this, what we are noticing that this will be the this will be a regular bracket sequence, and we have to remove this bracket from the sequence. So the regular bracket sequence length is, the maximum length is 6, as you've seen. So now the intuition behind the intuition behind this question, I will just explain how we can just do this question. So you are having this sequence like the we are having the first example. So what you have to do, you have to just find out the regular bracket sequences. So in this, first we will make a temporary variable. Suppose we will make a temporary variable. Okay, now if we encounter a bracket like this, we will just increase that temporary variable. So first we will initialize it as a 0, then we will increase this to the 1. Then if we encounter this type of bracket again, we will increase it to. Then if we encounter a bracket which is like this, then we have to decrease it to 1, then we have to decrease it to 0. So why we are doing it? So we have to find the regular bracket sequence. So we have to find this kind of brackets sequence. So if we are having this in a sequence, so we have to must have this bracket also after this, then it will called a regular bracket sequence. So we have to just balance it out, balance this bracket with this bracket. Okay, so what we can do, we can just make a temporary variable and just see that if we are having a 0 first, then we are coming with a 0 again or not. If we are coming with a 0 again in the sequence, then we can say that this is the regular bracket sequence we are having of length. So suppose this is the bracket sequence which is giving us the temporary is equal to 0. Now we encounter this bracket. So this bracket we have to just make the temporary variable negative, minus minus, because we have to just decrease it, so it will become -1. So in that case we have to do this, that if we encounter this type of bracket, we have to just remove it from the string. So what we will do, we will just first take integer which is answer, and we will take it as a value n. We'll just think of that. First we'll assume that we are having the whole string a regular bracket sequence. So when we encounter this, so we have to remove it from the answer. So if suppose there is a condition that temporary variable will become 0, less than 0, so if the temporary will become negative, when will the temporary variable will become negative? It will become negative when we encounter this type of bracket. So we have to remove it from the answer. So what we will do answer minus minus, and then we have to make the temporary value to 0 again, because if we have to check all the full string, so we have to make it to 0. So we will make temporary variable plus plus. Okay, so now our temporary will become 0. Then we encounter this, so our temporary value will become 1. Now we have just removed this bracket, we haven't removed this bracket. So how can we remove this bracket? So this bracket will make the temporary variable in positive direction. So what we can do, we have to just remove these brackets from the answer. So at last, what we are having in a temporary variable, we are having a temporary variable in a temporary variable, all the things, these type of brackets number, because if we do addition in temporary, addition of 1 in temporary variable again and again when we are encountering this type of bracket, so at last we are having the number of brackets we are having, the number of brackets we are having in a sequence like this, these brackets, and not having this type of bracket in front of this. So we are having this number, so we have to remove it. So at last we will just return it, answer is equal to answer minus temporary variable. So it will remove all the brackets of this type which is not having the balancing out brackets again after that. So we can remove this type of brackets also, and we can remove this type of brackets also by this function. So now I can say that everybody will understand the question. Now we'll just go to the code part. So now we'll just go to the code part. Okay. First I will just open a sublime and just. So now we will code it. So first we'll take the inputs. So the input is only the string. So we'll take the string part, then we'll take the cin string. Then after that we have to just iterate over the string. So we have to take the length of the string. We'll take it in a variable. So the string will be, so the string's length will be string dot size. So this is our length. Then we have to iterate over the string. First we have to take the variable called answer, which is equals to n, equal to the string's length, and we have to take a variable also, like we will take a balance variable which is equals to 0. So in for in I is equal to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. Then if we encounter, sorry, if we encounter this type of bracket, if your strings character is equal to this type of bracket, where this type of bracket, then you have to do balance plus plus. Then else, if this is not the case, then you have to do balance minus minus. And after that you have to just check if your balance is not the negative. If the balance is negative, we have to just decrease it from the answer and just make the balance again to 0 by making it plus plus. So after iterating over the string, we have to just return the answer. So answer is answer minus the balance part. So this is our answer. Now we'll check with the tests, the two test cases we are having in a question. We will check it with. Oh, sorry. Balance. Okay. Balance. N. Balance is okay. Balance. Okay. I have make it balance. Why it is there? Oh, sorry. The string's name is the yes. Okay. I have to make the symbol inverted commas. So we are getting the answer right. I will check this also. Yes, we are getting the answer 6. Now I will check it by submitting it. Now we'll submit our solution. Yes, this is right. Now I'll submit it. Let's check the solution is correct or not. Yes, it's correct. It is showing accepted in it, but it is not loaded now. If it's load, it will just it is accepted. So thank you guys. If you like the video, please share, subscribe, and like. And so this is the today's question. Thank you.